Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my March Plan With Me bullet journal video. Did you like the new intro? I have to ask. Anyway, as usual, we're starting off the video with a very quick flip through of the previous month, February. And for this month, if you've watched that video, you know the theme was love of my life. So of course included my cat named Karel. And I quite like this month to start off with. I did these fun watercolorings and doodles, and I had a sort of minimalistic thing going on. But somewhere halfway the month, I got kind of sick of all the pink and love and hearts and whatnot, and I lost the inspiration altogether to set up these scenes or romantic stuff. So, as you can see, I changed up my layout quite a bit in my weekly spreads. And I went back to a sort of diary kind of style, just because I felt the need to write stuff down, and I had no inspiration anyway, so I thought I'd change things up. So going on to March, you can see here that I had some brainstorm sessions going on. But for this month, I decided I wanted to do something easy and something that I could set up very quick and in a rush if I needed to. And this month I actually have been doodling a lot. And the things that I doodled most were actually household items or like random decoration stuff we have laying around. So for this month I came up with the theme, Curiosities. So here I have a sort of cabinet of curiosities going on for my opening spread. But I didn't want to have a full build-out cabinet because I thought it would be too much or maybe get a little messy. So instead I just doodled or drew these shelves and used all markers to actually fill them in. And this is something a little different from usual. The last month I've been really focused on watercoloring because I really had these decorative scene sort of themes, and I think watercoloring works really well for that. But this month I wanted to go a little more animation style. I've also been experimenting with animation. So yeah, that's why I did a marker stand, because markers are really quick and I can just grab them on a Sunday evening. To set up a new weekly spread, all you need is a few markers and a fine liner. And I thought that would be nice for a change. And for this cabinet or shelves of curiosity, I actually have all these items in my house. So there's these glass with bugs in them, and I have some animal skulls in glass, and then a few cacti, a stone 2D cat. Yeah, there's some weird stuff, but I actually love that all the weird stuff together, it makes my house, so that's why I think this is really fun. And I really love how it looks. And so I actually made all these items and the shelves in marker. At the end I went back over with fine liner to outline the shelves, which I didn't do at the beginning, because I felt it needed a little more definition, and that's why I added the fine liner. Now, for my monthly overview, I have to admit I was inspired by Amanda Rage Doodles. I mean, who isn't, right? Anyway, I just watched her March Plan With Me video right before I set up my own. And in her video, I saw her do these boxes and then outline the top with different colored markers, and I thought I would use that as well, just to change things up again. And also because it gives a really cohesive theme because of the colored markers, and that's something I've been trying to do the last months, just to have a cohesive theme throughout all the spreads. So that's why I kind of borrowed her idea on this. And then I thought the spread needed a little decoration, so I added these curiosities, I guess, at the bottom of the page. And actually this is part of a windowsill in my house, so there's a plant. And next to that plant is a pile of books. And then there is a cactus and some tea lights. So I basically just copied what I have in my house and put it into my bullet journal. And as you can see on the left page here, the March, or the dark box with white paint marker from the opening spread, actually bled through this page quite a lot because I went over with the paint marker way too many times. This is something I always do. These paint markers, I just can't seem to get the hang of them. Anyway, it bled through quite a lot. So you'll see in a minute that I came up with the idea to put the word March on that side as well, to sort of distract the eye from the bleeding. Yeah, it didn't really work, but I needed to put the word March here somewhere, and I thought this was the best place to do so. Now onto my habit and mood tracker. I think these might be the best ones I've set up so far. First off, you see me using a label maker here. I've had this label maker for some months now, and I've been wanting to use it so bad, but I didn't think it went with my previous themes. But I actually really loved how it went with this theme. For my habit tracker, I'm again setting up these miniature calendars, and for each habit there is a calendar. I have 9 habits that I track. And with habits, I also mean stuff like water plants or do cat litter, that kind of stuff. And the idea for this actually I found on Pinterest, where I saw someone do these lines with Polaroid picture hanging from them. But I changed it up again to sort of match my curiosity theme. So instead of doing 9 the exact same Polaroid pictures, I thought I would change it up and do sort of scraps of paper, or yeah, just stuff you would have laying around, and then I attached them to the line with different methods. Or I'll pretend attach them with different methods. So one has a clothing pin, one has rope, one has some other tape. And I think this really adds to the theme of curiosities or just random stuff. And I also really love that 2 of these calendars are actually loose paper. And it gives this spread a very 3D effect, especially with the labeled letters. And yeah, I really love the look of this, and I'm really excited to use this spread. For my mood tracker, I'm doing a completely new thing this month. Because I've loved doodling last month so much, I figured instead of having 30 set items or 31 set items and coloring them, the challenge this month is to come up with an item every day. So I only drew up these empty shelves. And then the idea is that for a happy day, I will probably draw a more colorful doodle or whatever. And then for a not so happy day, it will be a more bland doodle or maybe a book, something very simple. So yeah, I'm really curious to see if that works out. I'll let you know. If you want to see, of course, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, so you'll see in next month's video. If you want, of course. For my weekly spread, I'm doing the same kind of weekly layout that I did for the last 2 weeks of the previous month, so a more diary kind of style. Again, I used my label maker to have the week number, and I did this miniature calendar that I used to do a few months back with these kinds of layouts, because I feel that because you don't have a really good overview, or at least I do have a sort of overview on the bottom left, but I really like having a general overview, so that's why I added the miniature calendar. And then I picked the first color I used in my monthly overview, so the first brown tone, which is a sort of red brown. And I used that as the base color for this week's spread, so I figured that would give it some sort of cohesiveness. But then I used a gold-ish color on the top, and you'll see in a minute that I changed up the gold because I thought it gave too much chaos, or there was just too much going on. I didn't really have a feel for this spread, although I loved the doodles I did, especially the one of the boar. If you're wondering, what, do you have this sort of item laying around? Yes, I do. I have a miniature boar made of reed. I don't know why. I had it for my birthday. I love pigs. But it's a really fun thing, and I think that doodle is amazing. And then I had this plant doodle on the bottom. And from a magazine, I cut out this cat laying on a rug, which has a sort of similar color going on to my spread. And I thought it would be a nice change from doodles only. And then I figured on the bottom right, it needed something more decorative. So I have an HP Sprocket printer. I'm not sure if you know it. It's like a small little printer that prints out these Polaroid size stickers. So I stuck a brown piece of paper on the bottom, put a bit of tape on top, and then the picture. And this picture is of some old looking prints of butterflies. And I actually have a very similar poster in my house, but didn't feel like trying to get a good photo of it and then print it. Maybe I will in a future week. But this is just a picture I had got off internet. And yeah, with just some added details, this is my weekly layout. And that takes us to the final flip through. I hope you like this month. I am kind of excited, and I think the theme is pretty fun, and I think everyone could do this with the stuff you have laying around your house as inspiration, and I think it's really fun. Please comment down below whether you like the theme as well, and if you have any suggestions for future themes, you can always leave them as well. And of course, check out my Instagram if you're interested in these and other spreads I do in my bullet journal. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!